Hey everyone, welcome to Swedish Dharma Tarot. My name's christinamarialeifsdotter, and I'm here today to do a reading for Leo, one of the most lovable signs, full of passion and theatre and generosity. Yeah. In the pre-show, I want to tell you about my webinar. I'm planning a webinar. I'm so excited about that because it's going to be called something like Who Controls Your Life? And posing the question, is it your hubby, your kids, or who is it? So it should be very interesting. Full of teaching us to become self-aware and self-accepting, building our self-esteem, etc., etc. I hope you're going to want to join me in that. It's free. I'll let you know more when it gets closer. But now to the cards. In the pre-shuffle, these cards fell out. This is your intuition. It can also be your mother. It can also be just thoughts and feelings about somebody that you're close to. But this card is a conflict card. And then we don't know, but I hope it will come up in the reading, if it's your mother or whoever, and if these conflicts are internal conflicts or if they're open conflicts with other people. And then we have the world in the reverse. I picked it up straight. It came out like this. Now, for a lot of readers, this signifies the beginning and ending, in particular, of life cycles, etc. For me, it's more about travel and culture. There's that for others too. So it's as if here's a journey that's not going to be, or that's delayed maybe. So we'll see. In the oracle cards, you got in the path of the soul, you got the royal order, beautiful. And you've got two cards in the yogic path. One is Satya, truthfulness, and the other is Hanuman, God of courage. Now, Leos have a lot of courage, I know that. Brave souls. The only predator of the zodiac. Watch out. Let's get on with your reading. If you'd like to have a private one, that's totally doable. You'll find my email address in the description box. Get in contact. It will set you back $30, 30 euros, 30 pounds, or 300 Swedish krona. Unless you happen to live in Africa or India or some other third world country where that kind of money just isn't accessible for a tarot reading. Don't let that stop you. Get in contact with me anyway, and I will do my best to help you. Now another card fell out. Ooh, you're lighting up. If this conflict or life in general has had you down, things are about to change. You're about to get happier, Leo. Leos are generally happy. Let's have a look. So I should also tell you that the reading is for Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising, Leo Venus in Leo, and Leo Sun, Leo Venus, Leo Mars. Yeah, so if you have any of those three planets, were there three? No. They're actually four. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening with me today. If you have any of those planets in Leo, this reading might resonate with you. And it's also a fact that the readings might not resonate with you at all. That could be because you're with the wrong reader. Maybe you should be with somebody else. There's so many tarot readers, and there's so many good ones on YouTube. But it can also be that you want to know maybe things about. I can't think of anything except for love, because most people are here for love. But say you want to know about money, or you're an artist and you want to know how's your artistry going, well, then it might be very good to know the placement of your Venus. Venus rules both our creativity and our money. So just an example of how you might want to watch other signs as well. Right, yeah, okay. Well, this is interesting because at the end here, we have the Buddha Tara. She's the Fool in my tarot, and she signifies beginnings and endings. Endings, of course, when she's in the reverse, but here she signifies beginnings, and taking into consideration the World card that is possibly telling you about an ending or travel that's not going to be. We'll see. It probably has to do with an ending, though. So let me get my bearings. What's happening, Leo? Here you are, and you're in the reverse, but you also come up next to my card of dependency and codependency. So what are you up to? This is dependency and codependency. This is a passivity. You're not doing anything. And I don't know, of course, if it's your dependency, your addiction, or if it's somebody else. I'll start by checking that a bit closer. Very sad, though. No, I think it's you, Leo. You have a problem with addiction of some sort. It causes you a lot of shame and guilt. You can see that here when justice is in the reverse. That's what it signifies. And you have 3 children. You have two daughters and a son. And I don't think it's you yourself who's going to be watching this. I think it's one of your children. And they're at a loss. They are really at a loss. Quite desperate to help their father, because that's what happens to us when we grow up in families with abuse of one sort or another, or parent with mental illness. We become codependent per definition. Now you're going to need this webinar. The children, you're going to need this webinar. Heavy duty. I have to find my bearings. I have to work out where to start explaining things. We grow up codependent per definition, which means that we are naturally drawn to people who need our help, maybe even need to be rescued. And you feel, the 3 of you children feel that you need to help your dad. And I have to give you the brutal truth that you can't. You cannot help your father. Only he can help himself. And when he does that, when he takes or makes the decision to become sober, then you can be there to support him. I hope you've left home, but I suspect you haven't, because you're close to one another. All the 3 children and the father. Now you have to work extra hard. We all have to work hard with our thoughts, who create our feelings, etc., etc. But those of us who are codependent have to work extra hard. It's a fact that feelings have vibrations or frequencies, and it's also a fact that these vibrations or frequencies have a hierarchy, with enlightenment being at the very top. And I think love is around 4th from the top. I don't remember what's in between there. But what's important here is knowing what's at the bottom of this hierarchy of emotions and their frequencies. And the bottom 2 are shame and guilt. And this is where we are. So many of us are in these feelings so much of the time because of how we grew up and because of what we see and because of what we have in our family life. And it's so totally non-constructive, because when we're in these feelings, when we're sending out these frequencies, the universe is going to answer to that. So the universe is going to send us more reason to feel shame and guilt. And we are continuously swimming to keep our nose above the water level. It's just a question of survival all the way. So what I would like to ask you, 3 children, to do is please concentrate on how you're feeling and try to shift the thoughts. By shifting our thoughts, we can often shift our feelings. So, and another truth is that there's always something to be happy or grateful for. Now, not necessarily in the situation with your father, bless his soul, but in life, in the rest of your life, there will always be a reason to be grateful or to find happiness. Look for that and take solace and comfort in those thoughts and feelings, and work on trying to keep yourself up there as high as possible. Wow. 3 children, 2 of you are fire people. So you might be Leos, the 3 of you, or very much like your father. But you and the brother, you have 1 son and 2 daughters. And here's the 3rd child, or the 2nd daughter, and all of you come up in the reverse, together with your dad in the reverse. So I think that something has happened recently, and then I understand this conflict, and here we have a parent. I said a mother, it's usually a mother, but it can certainly be a dad as well. And yeah, your children have the biggest responsibility to yourselves at the moment. Dad has to do his own thing, whether that is to completely self-destruct with whatever he's addicted to. But that doesn't mean that you have to self-destruct in guilt and shame and responsibility, etc. Swim for your life. Do that. Do that. Come to my webinar. Yeah. I'm a bit lost for words. One of you is leaving to study, and one of you is looking for work. I think that could be the son. In any case, I see here that you're intelligent and you understand what I'm talking about. You might not have heard this before, but you do understand what I'm talking about, and you will get yourselves back into balance. And these heavy-duty energies, and believe me, when it's alcohol or drugs involved, they are really heavy energies. They're easing, right? In one way or another, they're easing, either because the 3 of you are moving on, or maybe because Dad's going to get a hold of things and he'll be sober for a while. But yeah, also there's a new beginning. And there's a communication coming in. Let's see what that's all about. And yeah. Look at that. Oh, I love this. Here, this card, it's called oppression. It's coming up in the reverse. So you're letting go of some really heavy-duty things, right? Thoughts, or maybe the situation in itself, because you are setting limits. This makes me so happy now because you're setting limits, you're understanding, and maybe you understood a lot more before I got stuck in there. I wanted to tell you. Maybe I'm telling others. But you're on your way already, and things have cleared for you, right? You're blindfolded here. Here you're starting to see and understand, and that helps you go into this new life cycle or whatever. Now, the communication here came up with the marriage card in reverse. So I want to put a few more cards on that. Yes. So, yeah, your father's being left. I don't think it's your mother. I think they've been divorced earlier, but I think it's the second wife is leaving him too. It's an impossible equation to be married with somebody who has addictions, because the addictions or the addiction will always be number one, always. So the partner is always in competition with the addiction over the affections and the attention of the person that they love. It's very difficult. So you never know. Maybe this will kick your dad in the butt and get him going into rehab. I hope so. Let's pray for that. Now let's have a look at the oracle cards and the path of the soul and the royal order. We play important roles in each other's lives. We certainly do. We aid each other on the journey to oneness and ascension. Before we can play an integral role in helping others, we have to first take care of ourselves. Wow, isn't this profound? Yeah. The royal order is about keeping within the divine order of life. Be sure to care for this physical vessel that is you. It needs to run and function properly. You have an important part to play in the lives of others, so make sure you take care of yourself first. See, that codependent people don't. Codependent people, they have themselves number 5 or number 6 down the line after children and husband and work and parents and Let's have a look at the yogic path. Satya. Truthfulness. You're moving toward truth, peeling off all layers of inauthenticity that have been placed upon you by societal conditioning. Through this shedding, you're finally feeling truths. You are finally feeling truth's bare skin as you place your fingers upon your face. Finally, coming home to yourself. I can't believe this card. You can't make this up. It just is. I have to find my place. This truth, Satya, has been dormant inside you all along, waiting until your awakening. Through this process of understanding, unlearning, and evolving, you become a body, awakened person. I might say body, it's a Sanskrit word, it's spelled B-O-D-H-I, not body as in our physical body. Continue to step into this new paradigm of truth. Paradigm or paradigm? Paradigm. I don't know. You know what it is anyway. As you shed all false beliefs, narratives, and stories so you can emerge as your true self. Ask yourself, where and how can I show up more authentically in my life? What makes me feel like I'm living in my truth? Are my relationships in alignment with who I am at this moment? Wow, what masks am I still wearing to make me feel loved, secure, or significant? That's so fantastic. And truth is another problem that we often have in these family situations. A lot of us lie without needing to. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. I lie no more or less than anybody else. That's not a problem I have. But for many it is. And I think it comes a lot from hiding the truth, of sweeping things under the carpet, of not being truthful. First of all, within the family, we don't talk about dad's alcoholism, generally speaking. You three have, certainly you have, and your mother's left home, etc. But most of us don't. And so it becomes this behavior pattern of hiding things, of not being honest, of finding it difficult to tell your truth and to support it. We sweep things under the carpet and we live on bullshit. Sad, but true. So I just wanted to put that in there. Now, check out this guy, Hanuman, god of courage. Now, you know, Leos are very courageous. Yeah, I think I said that before. Yeah, you're the only predator, right? Okay. Hanuman represents the evolved mind and the potential we all have to no longer be enslaved to our thoughts, but rather surpass them. When Lord Rama asks Hanuman, "How do you look upon me?" Hanuman answers, "When I believe I am the body, then I am your faithful servant. When I know I am the soul, I know myself to be a spark of your eternal light. And when I have the vision of truth, you and I, my Lord, are one and the same." She's quite amazing, this Sahara Rose, who's written the book. Amazing. To draw upon Hanuman symbolizes you are aware of this truth. You're more than your physical body, your ego self, your personality, your soul. The truth is that you are the divine, as we all are, split from the same source. Continue to practice meditative states where you are reminded of this universal truth to aid in your evolvement. There you go. Yes. Now, this situation with your dad, it's certainly a big part of your evolvement. I sincerely believe that we choose our parents. Well, they choose us too, I guess, before we come down to this earth plane. And we do that taking into consideration the life lessons we need. So that's what it's about. It's all about development, personal and spiritual. It was a bit of a heavy reading, but I hope it was beneficial, and I sincerely hope it hit home with you guys. Whichever one of the three siblings who's going to be watching or whoever else is touched by the video, for sure. Thank you very much for watching. Love and light.